I come from quite a varied background. Went to school in Chepstow in South Wales. Did a degree in economics at Middlesex University in North London, and it was a time when we had sandwich degrees. And in my sandwich year, I worked with Unilever. And I was lucky enough that at the end of my degree I got offered a job with Unilever, and I ended up working for them for 23 years in international product development and business development roles, working in Asia Pacific, Europe, North America. Was seconded to North America for 3 years back in the 80s. I then moved on to SMEs, was working for a couple of SMEs in Yorkshire as a marketing sales director. For a few years, and then in 2003 I found myself parachuted into a job in Aberystwyth University, running the Department of Enterprise, and it was a time when universities were just starting to invest in commercial developments, commercialisation of IP, and that's how I got into the sector. And whilst I was in that job, I worked on a number of major collaborative projects with the Vice-Chancellor, helped develop business plans for the Aberbanga Business Partnership, and also the merger of IGA into the university. And then I then got involved in the HPC project, working on the development of the business plan with a small team. And that's how I got involved in HPC Wales. The vision for HPC Wales is to help and support Welsh businesses to become more competitive, basically to help grow their business, because if we can help them grow their business, then that will have a knock-on effect on economic development. The development of the business plan was a team effort, and I was a part of a small team helping with business plan developments with people from other universities and the Welsh Government. We also had tremendous support from the Vice-Chancellors of the universities through Higher Education Wales, which at the time was chaired by Professor Noel Lloyd, who was a great supporter of the project. We had government sponsorship from Iwan Wyn-Jones, who was the then Deputy First Minister, and he was very instrumental in supporting the project politically. And more recently, we've had good support from Edwina Hart in the government and the Chief Science Officer. So overall, it's very much been a team effort to develop an organisation that can help businesses to grow their business, become more competitive, by utilising high-performance computing services, skills, training, development in high-performance computing. How can a business gain a benefit from high-performance computers? And also, how can we encourage research collaboration between businesses and universities, utilising supercomputing. It's a unique collaboration in that a decision was made early on to establish HPC Wales as a company, which is a not-for-profit charitable organisation owned by effectively all the universities in Wales. So it was a unique way of managing a countrywide, sector-wide collaboration. And I don't know of any other collaboration, say in the UK or Europe, that has been set up in a similar way. That has been of benefit because it means that we can have, if you like, a company, commercial organisation that's driving the project forward in a very positive and proactive way. High performance computing tends to lend itself to a shared service operation anyway, because no one university can afford the expense of the kind of supercomputing power that we can afford with a genuinely national collaborative venture. HPC Wales is the third largest supercomputing centre in the UK, and it's in the top 100 globally. So by if you like, establishing that national collaboration, it enabled us to get the significant infrastructure and services that we can provide to industry. And we've now got tremendous support still from Welsh Government, the European Funding Office who are funding us. UK Government are very interested in the developments for the project, and there's a lot of interest from industry, especially SMEs, who want to learn more about how supercomputing might help their business. Actually, I'm not a computer specialist, I'm a business manager, and the way I look at it is that a supercomputer is driven by processors that can analyse huge amounts of data, if you like, millions of bits of data per second. So significant processing power, say compared to the laptop you use or the desktop you use in your office or at home. So it's incredible processing power that allows you to analyse and provide simulations, modelling, a variety of other tools that will allow you to analyse huge amounts of data much quicker than you would have done, say, with a conventional computer or with no computer at all. So where, if you like, the benefit is reducing the amount of time it takes to carry out research and innovation. And just to give you an industry example, I was in London early on in the week, and a major car company was saying that 20% of the costs of their developments in their business are now done through virtual processes that are driven by supercomputers, and that's in safety testing, product design, manufacturing design. So there is significant application of supercomputing already in a number of industries. The main barrier to an SME using a supercomputer is the cost of the supercomputer, and also having the skill set to get the most out of that computer, because a lot of SMEs have a significant interest in supercomputing but haven't necessarily got the skill set to take advantage of it. So we've set up a skills academy within HPC Wales that will be involved in training at all levels, whether it's night school training for somebody in employment, whether it's training for an undergraduate or a postgraduate student. So we're training at a whole variety of levels, and the PhD program, which has been funded by Fujitsu, funds at the top end of the Skills Academy. So it's funding a PhD student to work collaboratively with an industry partner in an area of interest to that company. So it's very much funding very significant industry, research, innovation collaborations. Yeah, the studentships are funding a number of projects in life sciences and the environmental area, and we're hoping that in future we'll be able to fund some engineering studentships. And I mean, just to give you some examples, one project is looking at software and modelling that could help in the treatment of lung cancer, so there's a health benefit. We've got another project that's looking at modelling renewable energy projects in the marine sector, so that might help improve the output, say from a wind farm, or it might benefit development of a Severn barrage if that project goes ahead. There are also projects in the climate change area, looking at scientists are saying that there are more and more extreme weather events. So there's a project looking at how we might mitigate against extreme weather events, causing serious damage or problems with property and the environment. There's a lot of interest also in the health sector, because we know much more about the human genome. I can't say that, the human genome, then we, and there's enormous amount of data that's associated with that. And there's a lot of interest in the life science sector in personalising medicine and treatments for the individual based on your own human genome. And to do that, you need supercomputers to, if you like, analyse all that data and information. So significant applications, certainly in life sciences and environment, and we're also anticipating in the future that we'll get some funding coming into the engineering sector. It's dead simple. We will work with any business. We're especially targeted to help SMEs as well as large corporate businesses. In fact, 80% of our output targets are geared up to us helping SMEs, because the Welsh economy needs SMEs and is very reliant on SMEs to grow and develop the economy. The funding rules, which are handed down from Europe, are very clear. For a funded project in the convergence area, so if a business is in the convergence area, we can offer services free of charge or on a significant subsidised basis. If a business is outside the convergence area, then we can certainly diagnose, study what needs that business might have in the supercomputing area, and assess that need without any charge. But once we got into a significant project of any size, then we would look to charge commercial rates, but they would be favourable, commercial rates for Welsh businesses. We're working with a growing number of businesses. Just to name three that we're working with in Wales: Cardio, who are developing a heart pump and working with the engineers here in Swansea, and we're providing supercomputing resource for that. We're working with a company called Notra in Bangor, North Wales, that's providing consultancy work in the marine sector. And we're also working in the creative industry sector with a TV company called Vibe TV, who are using HPC services to develop animation for the TV programming that they produce. And I can't mention the names of the company because we're currently in discussion with them, but we are also talking to two very large engineering companies about collaborative ventures with them and their supply chain, which could involve as many as 60 or 70 companies. So we're working with a growing number of SMEs, and also we're talking to some corporate anchor companies that are based here in Wales. Most businesses are unaware of supercomputing. Supercomputing is currently well known and used in academia and in quite a large number of corporate organisations. But because of the cost and because of the skill set, there isn't a lot of application, especially in SMEs. We can offer a no obligation consultancy service to any SME that might be interested in finding out more about supercomputing and how it might be of help to their business. Now, we have done some market research, and we have found that although a lot of companies in Wales don't know much about supercomputing and what benefits that might bring their business, they are doing things like analysing large data sets or doing consumer research or doing other things that could benefit from supercomputing. So there is potential there, and our job is to come into a business and to find out as much as we can about their business, what they're doing, and where supercomputing might be a benefit to them. And then if there is a benefit, then maybe that will then generate a specific project that they can work on using our facilities and expertise. I think if you're looking at benefits, economic development benefits, then you've got to look at the medium longer term. Personally, I think that because of increased environmental costs, then there is going to be and not everybody agrees with this, but I think there's going to be a need for more manufacturing in the UK, and why not in Wales? Now, I'm not talking about low cost manufacturing or low labour cost manufacturing, where we obviously can't compete with some of the developing markets, but supercomputing can benefit, if you like, higher tech manufacturing operations. And the example I gave you earlier about the car manufacturer, well, that is a car manufacturer that is manufacturing in the UK. So personally, I'd like to see us benefit the development of manufacturing amongst other industries, but especially manufacturing, as a way of boosting economic development. And we know that economic development in Wales has been in decline for many years now, and we need to see a reversal of that trend, to generate the wealth we need as a nation. It's genuinely impressive, I think, what is going on in research in all the universities in Wales. We've got a good track record in engineering, in life sciences, in environmental sciences, in the creative industries, all areas that could benefit from supercomputing. We've had enormous amount of interest from academics in the university, and I think Wales as a nation has got a £1 billion industry in higher education that can help drive economic development, and certainly that's the aim of HPC Wales, working with the university researchers and businesses. I've got a very large and demanding family that takes up a lot of my time when I'm not working. I'm a lousy golfer, but I love playing golf, and I would like to play more, but I enjoy playing golf, and there's some great golf courses in Wales, I might add. And recently I decided to learn Spanish for no reason other than the fact I love Spain, I love Spanish people, and I'd like to speak their language. So I decided at this ripe old age to learn a language. So that's what I'm doing with my wife and a couple of my kids, actually. We go to lessons together. So that's a great fun. My favourite places in Wales, actually I've got more than one, if you don't mind, because there are three actually. One, I've got very fond memories of Chepstow and the Wye Valley. I just love that area of Wales. When we lived in Aberystwyth, loved a place called Innislas, which is a beach north of Aberystwyth near the Dyfi Estuary, just overlooking Aberdyfi, and that is God's gift to mankind. It's an absolutely beautiful spot. Historically, I haven't been in North Wales a lot, but HPC Wales decided to open up a small office, project office in Bangor, and I've been spending more time both at the project office and with businesses up in North Wales. And I've learned to love the Menai Straits. I like the mountains as well, but the Menai Straits is a beautiful spot. So I like different parts of Wales.